Today, I'd like to talk about how religion might participate in international conflict resolution. We've studied several patterns of peacemaking, and it seems time to apply these concepts in the real world. We might as well tackle a persistent and difficult issue, the conflict between the State of Israel and the Palestinian people. I won't presume to have a quick answer, but it might be productive to consider how the principles we've learned can be applied to this difficult situation. As we start, it might make sense to consider some of the characteristics of the situation. Since the State of Israel was created in 1948, there has been conflict between the Israeli Jews, who felt they were returning to their homeland, and the longtime occupants of the land, the Palestinians, who were mostly Muslim. As we can see from this graphic, the amount of land controlled by Palestinians has progressively shrunk over the years. This conflict indeed has many dimensions: ethnic, historical, and of course, religion. And the situation in Israel today is, to say the least, asymmetric. The State of Israel has one of the best trained, most well-equipped military forces in the world, and the Palestinians are simply not equipped to engage in any sort of direct confrontation. Here, pictures from a protest on the Gaza border in May of 2018 show Palestinians throwing rocks, and this protest being met with Israeli tanks and gas. As one might imagine, the Palestinians didn't fare so well. My objective here is not to judge the merits, but rather to look for avenues to pursue peace, and especially to consider how religion might contribute to this progress. During this course, we've read and heard about various models of peacemaking, especially peacemaking based on religion. One that seems relevant is establishing a dialogue between religious leaders of goodwill. These relationships could then be extended into the respective religious communities. This model might be termed a voluntary association, as described in Chapter 10 of the Thistlethwaite book. A wonderful example of this in action was shown in this week's video. In this particular example, an alliance between Mohammed Ashafa, a Muslim leader, and James Y., a Christian leader, has contributed meaningfully to peace in portions of Nigeria. Now, I'm not suggesting that two people can end the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, but especially if this model is used as a basis for many partnerships, some improvement might be made. There are already attempts to engage interfaith efforts in this sort of way. One, which was founded by Palestinian Christians, is called Sabil, means the path or the way. And this organization attempts to work with other religious people of goodwill. I happen to know about this effort because I met one of the founders, Dr. Nail Atik, and heard him speak at the Samuel D. Proctor conference. It seems that simpler partnerships between Jewish and Islamic leaders, like that between James and Ashafa, might hold the most promise, though. Well, this is all well and good, but what might we do from here, far away in the United States? Lately, there's been much talk about boycotting Israel, but this has had little success. Perhaps implementing a positive technique rather than economic harm, fostering just and sustainable economic development for the Palestinians might work better. My idea here would be to encourage U.S. religious leaders of all faiths to foster learning and consideration for the Palestinian people. It might be possible that economic outreach, even on a small scale, would help promote justice. A byproduct of such efforts would be to see the Palestinian people as humans rather than the terrorist label that's been applied to them here in the United States so often. As humans, they would be our neighbors and they deserve our consideration. Congregations might decide to support or even offer scholarships or at least communicate information about business opportunities and products that might be bought. Congregations could also lobby our politicians to engage in more positive ways with the Palestinian people. This could lead to better economic justice and in turn, perhaps peace. Well, these ideas aren't a slam dunk solution, but they might be a helpful small step. And a small step is how every journey begins, even one toward peace. Thank you.